Today I'm going to tell you a story about the life of St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas was born in 1225 in Roccasecca, Italy. He was born to the most powerful branch of the family, for his father was a knight of Emperor Frederick, and his mother belonged to the Neapolitan Caracciolo family. At the age of 5, he was sent to study at the Benedictine monastery of Monte Cassino, where his love for learning began to bloom. In 1244, at the age of 19 years old, St. Thomas resolved to join the Dominican order. His decision displeased his family, so they captured St. Thomas and tried to change his mind by sending 2 women to tempt him. However, he stayed firm in his faith and eventually joined the order. In 1245, he was sent to Paris to study art. It was here where he met the renowned scholar St. Albert the Great, who taught him so many things about natural sciences, geometry, philosophy, and theology. At that time, St. Albert served as the Dean of Theology at the College of St. James. He assigned St. Thomas to apprentice teaching roles, where his expertise in theology and philosophy grew, eventually making him one of the greatest minds in the history of the Catholic Church. St. Thomas also wrote numerous books about ethics, faith, philosophy, and natural theology. His masterpiece, Summa Theologica, was a monumental work that would lay the foundations of Christian faith. This book explored fundamental questions about God, morality, and salvation through logic and natural philosophy. St. Thomas Aquinas also addressed topics like the existence of God, the nature of sin, and the purpose of life, and explained them using simple logical arguments that still inspire scholars today. In 1274, at just 49 years old, St. Thomas died from a head injury, leaving behind a legacy as one of history's greatest philosophers and theologians. According to researchers, St. Thomas wrote over 8 million words. He was also a prolific and fast thinker. At some point in his life, he had 3 secretaries that would assist him in transcribing his notes, ideas, and writing. He would even dictate to each of them simultaneously without losing track of his thought. In 1323, St. Thomas was canonized by Pope John XXII and was remembered as the patron saint of students, universities, booksellers, and theologians. If you like stories like this, follow, like, and subscribe.